Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So my Gracie Boo is in my chair today. You guys have seen her many times. She was the one I took from a level 1 black box dye overlap twice to a beautiful level 10 blonde in 8 sessions. Now the last 3 or 4 sessions we've just been maintenancing, but last time, about 6 weeks ago, because she comes every 6 weeks, her hair grows very fast, and she likes to keep it blonde to the root, so we just slightly tap her. But last time she wanted to do something different out of the box and do a little bit warmer instead of doing the bright white. So we did that, added low light. She loved it. Now today, we're gonna kick a little bit of those old low lights out using 7 volume of Schwarzkopf Blami on the ends and 20 volume on the regrowth that's fresh and virgin. And then we're going to have a blank slate and tone her with a level 9 and actually have her a little bit more warmer. She used to love the ash and overdo it with the purple shampoo. You'll see today I pre-toned her with it and it just sucked right up because it's used to being so toned by her at home. But now lately she's been like wanting to walk away from that and almost go towards a neutral beigey blonde. So if you want to learn some tips and tricks on how I take my client and literally kick out any remaining dinge on the hair or old lowlights and do it in a safe way without any damage and overlap carefully and responsibly, then keep watching. So I know a lot of you are probably going to wonder why I'm overlapping her at all, but it has to be done for certain instances. She wants to be more solid-ish. She doesn't want those lowlights in there anymore, so I want to kick them out. And the best way to do that is to have to overlap. The only way you're going to be able to tone to a perfect level that you want is by lifting all the underlying pigment out that is needed to be lifted out, and then depositing the color on it. I don't tone with permanent color. I know some stylists do. I'm not a fan of that. I would never do that. I also don't break the base or anything like that. Permanent color is not a best friend of mine. I try to use it only if it's requested by the client or if they have gray and I think it's the best suit for them to wear on their hair. But with Grace, we literally just low lighted her. We used, I think, a level 6 and 7 last time. So we just want to kick all that out. If you notice, I'm focusing the 20 volume. Of course, Olaplex is in both bowls, a 16th ounce. I'm focusing it on the dark virgin level 5-6 she is with the 20 volume, and if I see anything that's lighter, like a level 8-9, I'll just run that 7 volume with the other brush through it, like right here. Then I kick the little bit of the ends that are already light enough out, fold up, and we're good to go. You know, overlapping hair has such a bad name from hair school, from our old school hair school teachers, and the curriculum they teach us, and it just been traveled down through the generations. Bleach it once, it's blonde. Bleach it twice, it's gone. And you guys, I can't stress enough, I get a lot of crap about overlapping sometimes, and the only way you're going to get that gold color for that client is to overlap. I've said it in many videos before. If you ask the client, are they willing to damage their hair or sign a contract, which I recently started doing, I guarantee you they're going to say yes if they've been trying to get to their goal. They don't want to have blonde hair that's a little dry with orange ends and hot roots. They want to have the color they want. They need to learn how to take care of their hair. If they're taking care of it correctly, you're using the proper Olaplex or bond builders and lighteners and treatments and all that good stuff, you should have nothing to worry about. I'm not saying go overlap everybody, but make sure you use your best judgment. You are the professional at the end of the day. Sometimes clients do get carried away, and when they're a level 10, every time they come in, they want to go lighter, and sometimes that's not possible. You got to sit them down, explain it, and sometimes I'll even do a 5 volume with a bleach wash, and that makes them feel like something was done and feel brighter. I told you guys my trick in the last few videos is to add a low light, a level 7 or 8. It always works like a charm. It makes the white pop. So for example, you can see a lot of different tones here with Grace. You can see there's darker pieces going down. That's some of those old low lights from last time. And also, if you didn't add a low light, it could be a client who likes to be solid. Sometimes you'll see those darker colors going down further. That is because when you do a highlight, there's always a subsection, whether it's a bigger subsection or smaller, like mine when I'm trying to pack them in and get a tight packed highlight today. And if I wanted to do something dimensional, I would leave like, you know, a 1/2 inch or 1/4 inch in between each foil. Whatever's left in when you highlight is always going to still be in the hair. So the next time when you're redoing it and touching up the fresh root, you always have to feather down. She has about 1 inch of regrowth, and you see right there, I feathered down a little bit right after it, and that was it. That's all she needed, and I kicked the ends that are light enough out. When you're doing overlapping, you don't have to overlap from roots to end every single piece of hair. That is not what I'm saying. It's detailed work. Hey, charge extra money for it because you're doing a correction. This is correcting work. This is a correcting job. We are color correcting when we're doing this. So up your prices a little bit, but don't be lazy. Do good hair. Make sure you check each and every spot and you use the 7 volume or the lower developer where you feel it's needed and the 20 where you feel it's needed. Never just go in and take a 7 or a 20 and just go roots to ends. You're not going to get even results and it's going to do some damaging that's not necessary. You'll see at the bowl today, she has no breakage in her hair. Her hair is just as strong as it was when she came in. Now, Grace knew in the beginning, I kept stressing to her, when we were doing the whole black box dye to white blonde, I told her she needed to trim at least every session. She needed to use Olaplex and use certain shampoos and conditioners and masks and treatments and heat protectants. And in the beginning, she didn't really listen. She lied about doing that. And then guess what happened? She ended up having to cut a lot of hair as time went on. If she listened to me, and she says it all the time, she regrets not listening to me and doing what I said because she knows she would have maintained a lot more length throughout this experience instead of having to have so much breakage and cut so much off at the end. Now we're actually happy with the length of hair on her, and it's been growing back great, and we're in a great place with it, and her hair is really healthy, and we have about 3 inches on the ends. As you can see in the beginning video I showed today before we started, you can see they're straggly and not so pretty. After that, we should be, when we cut it off today, back to a blank canvas of all healthy hair. The hair on her head from here down, except for the 2 to 3 inches or so, is all hair that's only been bleached once. I've never overlapped any of it. And this is all healthy hair, so I'm very, very confident with doing this. We made sure all of it grew out and we cut it all off before we even went into knowing that we wanted to overlap the littlest bit. So that's why I was okay with doing this session.
The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side, it makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Do you hear that sound? Can you feel the music? Let's get wild. We're magic, you and I. They call us reckless, but we don't mind. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got this day forever. Yeah, we got the summer forever. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless. If it's only for now, I don't mind, 'cause I know that your love is endless.
All right, so we let Grace process for about 55 minutes. She is a little stubborn when lifting. She is about a level 5.5, almost a 6. So she's right in between. and she is a little stubborn when lifting, so I always let her sit a little bit longer than anybody else. But you could see around the hairline, she lifted so white and so beautiful. I did pre-tone with a little bit of the Olaplex purple shampoo. So what I love doing lately, I used to do this in the beginning of my career, I started doing it again, is actually clarifying the hair once I rinse the bleach out to make sure we have a clean canvas, no mineral water buildup, none of that stuff, and a great canvas to tone. But you can see her hairline was a little bit more porous. As I said earlier, she used to love the purple shampoo. Now she only uses it like once every 2 or 3 weeks. But she used to use it every day. And then now she's feeling more of that, you know, warmer, neutral kind of color. So we're so glad. So you'll see my formula today is going to be mostly 9NB for the global toner with 15 grams and just 5 grams of 9N. If you ever use Redken Shades EQ, then you know that Shades EQ's ends run very, very, very cool. Joy Luma Shine or Goldwell Colorants, all those lines end up running a little warmer. Shades runs a little cooler, which I love. But we did 9NB, 15 grams, 5 grams, 9N, and we're just lightly tapping her base with 8N, 8NA, 5 grams NA, 10 grams N.
It might be over tomorrow, but this day will live on forever. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got to stay forever. The sun's going down as I try to make my way through the crowd. Feeling alive, I love being by your side, it makes me shine. We got one summer, so let's make it count. You make me feel like everything's alright. Let's dance our problems away in the night. Love being right next to you. You'll be on my mind. I'll be dreaming about this till the end of time. We are young, we are free, down for the ride. Might be over tomorrow, but we got to stay forever.
All right, guys, she finishes processing, and here are the final results. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Leave comments down below letting me know videos you want to see in the future, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. As always, so long for now. Mwah.
We're